Hey everybody, welcome to Antalya Turkey. Well, we love Antalya Turkey. I love it so much that if I'm going to get sick or injured, this is where I come. So I'm going to share with you our experiences of using the medical facilities here in Turkey because of illness and injury, unfortunately. But if I'm going to have something happen, why not here?
Yep.
Before I found myself on crutches, things in Antalya were going great. We were back in one of our favorite cities that we left back in February of 2022, and we were happy to return. It's really nice to be back in Antalya. Actually, our favorite juice place here, he remembered us, and he gave us a Narsur, or pomegranate juice, on the house. Wonderful people here. So if you're coming here, come see our little juice guy right over here. Things were looking good. We were going to get back into our healthy habits, getting our pomegranate juice every day while here in Antalya, and we were going to be here for 40 days. We knew the lay of the land. We had spent a couple months here already, so things were really looking up, and we were excited to be here. Another quality juice from our quality juice people. Our daily dose of antioxidants. This is just one of our favorite things about coming to Turkey. So this was day 3 of our return to Antalya. By this point, we actually got to get to a couple of our favorite restaurants. We went to a place to get a massage right near our home, which was $25, actually less than $25 for a massage for each of us. But keep that place in mind because it's going to come back as another part of the story. So this happened to be around the time of the World Cup, and I wanted to go see Poland and Mexico play. And I was at a co-working place earlier in the day, and I found out that some of the expats go to a place called Paradise Club. So I went to the pedestrian zone in the old town of Antalya. I found Paradise Club, and when I was there, there was a deck over by the TV screen that I stepped off onto an uneven surface, and I sprained my ankle. I rolled it pretty good. I knew that it was going to swell up. I've had a sprained ankle in the past, and I had to hobble my way almost 2 kilometers from the pedestrian zone uphill to get back to where we were staying. I knew that the longer I waited, the more trouble I'd have. There was no taxi or vehicles that could reach me down in the pedestrian area, but I did manage to hobble back home, and I was fortunate that our Airbnb was located right next to this massage place. But it's also where there's a physiotherapist. And that physiotherapist used to work with the Turkish national football team. So he had worked with many sprained ankles and rolled ankles. He was nice enough to come to our home, look at my ankle, wrap it up, and then I was able to go to his office and be checked out over there as well. He actually made a couple house calls with us. He gave me 4 shots in the ankle of something called Zeal. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take a video of that. I was holding my phone on a video call with one of our viewers acting as a translator. He's actually a friend now. His name is Matt out of Canada. Thanks, Matt, for all your efforts. And we also sometimes use Selma, our residency expert, as a translator. Unfortunately, the physiotherapist doesn't speak English, and neither does his daughter, who's the massage therapist. And at one time, using the Google Translator, it told us that he was saying something about the season of the enema. Didn't need to know about that. Now, I had some really great treatments. This paraffin wax felt very good. I don't know if I quite understood everything we did, but with his 30 years of experience with the national team, I was in good hands. So how do you like my wax foot, honey?
That is serious wax. Ew. It feels weird.
So let me give a quick rundown of everything that he did for me. I had 2 home house calls and 4 treatments in his office. During those treatments, I had 4 injections of Zeal into my ankle, 3 TENS unit treatments, that's the electronic pads that go on your body and makes an electrical signal. I had 2 red laser treatments, which stimulate the mitochondria of cells for healing. I had 3 comfrey cream treatments, 1 paraffin wax, 6 foot wraps, and some pain medication called Voltaren. That total was 2,900 Turkish Lira, which comes out to approximately 156 US dollars. We also had crutches. Julie had to work hard to find them and got them home delivered for $30. The grand total for this ankle fiasco, $186. So we're taking a taxi today to go to a hospital so Julie can get her eyes checked, and we're going to do a annual wellness checkup too. So we're going to go ahead and share those costs for doing these basic routine things today.
Yep.
As many of you know, Julie and I, we retired early to travel the world with our dogs and see what it's like to live in other countries, other places, to share our experiences and expenses with everybody. And during this time, we haven't had an annual physical. So the ride across town, basically we went 3.5 miles, 6-7 kilometers, and it came out to be 80 Turkish Lira for the ride. And now we're going to go into the hospital. It's actually 75 Turkish Lira, but we just rounded up to 80. And so now let's go figure out how to do our examinations. Now, something we didn't cover last time we were in Turkey, I ended up coming down with pneumonia, and we came here to the hospital. It's an emergency room. They did an MRI. They tested me for COVID. They did a whole lot of things. Gave me some shots, some antibiotics, and gave me a couple prescriptions to take home with me. And it came out to emergency room visit, 45 minutes in and out the door, total about $750 equivalent. So, you know, for what was done and how quickly it was done,
Great
it was
care.
pretty amazing. I didn't record much video during that time, but this is a look of the day, and you can see the hospital was clean. And because we had such a good experience for that situation, we chose to come back to this hospital again for our annual wellness checkup. So when you come to the hospital, there's an international section that will check you in, and they have different people speak different languages. In Turkey, they do some things a little different. You go to the hospital for your wellness checkup and for eye examinations. And what they wanted to do for a wellness checkup had things like an ultrasound as well as an EKG on a treadmill. We chose to do the more US traditional type of wellness checkup, and we didn't do the EKG or the ultrasound or MRI.
Hi from Turkey.
Oh, beautiful. We had to pay for services in a couple locations. This was a big modern hospital, and different areas, I guess, had to charge differently. We do have medical insurance, but our traveling insurance is meant for injuries and illnesses, and the Turkish insurance we have does not cover an annual wellness checkup. We went to the doctor's office, and that visit cost $32 for each of us. And the doctor asked us some basic questions about any kind of situations going on in our life to see if there were particular tests that should be ran in addition to what we were expecting to do. We had things like the blood pressure done as well. Down the hall, there was an eye exam for Julie. She had a $32.03 eye exam. And this, again, is in the hospital. That's just the way they do it here in Turkey. You just don't go down the street to an ophthalmologist and get your eyes examined. So at the hospital, the eye examination was $32.03. Now we had to take the elevator back down to one of the basement levels, actually, and we were on our way to the lab. I had a different set of labs than Julie, quite extensive. I had a few tests that were meant more for men, and Julie, of course, had ones that were probably more specific for her being a female. Well, the total cost was $313 approximately. There were quite a few tests here, and Julie went ahead and looked up some of these online, and it looks like they would have been over $1,000 for these tests to have been done in the United States. Normally in the United States, medical insurance covers the wellness checkup every year, so there's typically not an expense. So it did kind of feel like it was expensive. However, if you were paying for this out of pocket in the US, it would have been much more expensive. We did get our results back fairly quickly from the hospital. It took maybe about 5 hours to have the results emailed.
Necessary like this. I'm also like you know, I'm just looking at the other side.
I'm a big baby.
Don't cry.
So Julie's test came out to be $284.85, and so that was a pretty good amount of tests as well. Again, these results came back to us within about 5 hours, so the total cost came out to be a little bit more expensive than we were anticipating. So we're helping the Turkish economy quite a bit, but we did our labs, blood pressure, Julie got an eye test, and we'll run the numbers, take a look at our credit card receipts, and let's take a look and see what we paid for today. Grand total was $694.15, which was $32.03 for an eye exam, as well as for each doctor visit. $284.85 for Julie's labs, $313 for my lab work. Taxi ride back, going again about 6-7 kilometers, came out to be 90 Turkish Lira this time after tip. Let's go buy Julie some glasses. Okay, so our optic place from our last visit here has changed names. It's now called Karak Optic. No. Getting better. Half the store later, we did finally find a winner. Okay, so these are the glasses Julie's opting to buy today. There we go, look at those. So I'll be picking up my year supply of contacts. That's going to be 4 boxes, and it's going to be 1,640 Turkish Lira for less than $100, like 90 bucks for a year supply of contact lenses. And Julie, your glasses with the frames are how much?
1,200 Turkish Lira.
So 1,200 Turkish Lira. That's not really too bad. That's like what, 60 bucks maybe?
Yes, I'm not a candidate for contact lenses.
We hope that you found today's video enlightening and educational, especially if you're planning on maybe coming to Turkey in the future. As a reminder, Julie and I were traveling the world with our 2 dogs, trying to see what it's like to live in other countries, other places, and sharing our experiences and expenses with you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Don't forget to give the video a like. And check out our website at warrenjulietravel.com. And until next time, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.